Hello, you beautiful and wondrous beings. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your presence. This is going to be a Dragon's Love Cacao oracle session, transmission for the collective in this now moment, transcendent of linear time. So whenever you find this video, whenever you feel like it's for you, the messages are alive and activating in that precise moment whenever you connect. This is the first transmission for Dragon's Love Cacao from a new Gridpoint. We are transmitting from the Emerald Isle, or Ireland as some know it. And I am going to be very transparent. I have been going through some massive activations in my own personal journey through my heart, my high heart, and my throat. So if my voice sounds a little bit funny, I got the message that this video needs to be recorded regardless. So this is a surrender even for me to feel, a bit vulnerable and yet completely trusting that whenever the dragons, whenever my highest self, and God's source and the land, the grid, whenever they ask this of me to connect, to read the energy, to share, that I say yes, I say yes in service, and I see how we weave. I see, always get surprised with what comes through. So without further ado, I'm going to share the cards with you. I have a beautiful little spread already of the energies, and I'm going to flow with them. And then towards the end of the reading, I will do a dragon card for us and close out this cacao and oracle. So as always, just tune into your own truth, tune into your highest knowing, your inner compass and light. Only take what is for you. These are general messages, although for a very niche group of souls. Soul cluster. Let's start with this beautiful card called Pegasus of the Sunflower. Pegasus of the Sunflower. What I'm receiving from this card is definitely an energy of the sun will rise again. The sun will shine again for you and for me. We've been in some intense cycles of time. We've been, for many of us, through different stages of transformation, shedding, the underworld. Take it for what it is, that this was a very intense cycle of time that we just, passed through, that we lived. And the revelations from this cycle are still being, unveiled to us. There are things that are coming up for us to see, like this, like this blue sky. The sun has come out again, the sun after the storm, the rainbow after the rain. And more than anything, I just want you to realize that the sun is one of the most supportive energies for us at this time. Not only our physical sun, but also all of our spiritual suns. And for some of us that have already tuned in to which planetary bodies in our great universe represent for us an important solar energy, you're going to start working with that energy. You're going to start tuning in more to, oh, how come I'm attracted to things that have to do with the planet Sirius or the planet Alcyone or various other planets in the cosmos. You will start to have a curiosity, even just for our sun, maybe all the different names that the sun has held throughout time, be it Ra in the Egyptian tradition, Taitainti in the traditions of the Inca, lots and lots of different names that the sun carries. I'm hearing Lu. I think that is a Celtic name for a sun god, or maybe the sun. Yeah. So allow yourself some space to receive messages from our sun. This being is going to be transmitting lots of new energies for us and lots of codes of strength, triumph, and just power and light. Sunflower energy can really represent, summertime. It can represent our solar plexus. It can represent, again, like love and abundance, and like rolling around in those fields full of joy and bliss once again. Because I'm going to bring in this card, because we were in some dark times. This is Pegasus and Chimera. And if you can see, this card is really carrying the energy of light versus dark, strong, angelic, pure forces that have been battling the forces of evil, or the forces that are no longer aligned with who we are. They're no longer aligned with planet Earth, Gaia, Pachamama. She's like booting out these, creatures and beings that don't contribute from a place of grace on this planet. So although this planet carries this energy of polarity, and we could talk about light and dark, we can talk about angels and demons and all these things. We know that so well because it's encoded in us. It's encoded in us having incarnated on Earth when we did. So yes, we understand that energy very well. But what I'm feeling with this card is it's time to realize that if you want a life that is led by grace, if you want a life that is more supported and easeful, and you have the support, you have the backup, to the point where you don't really even have to go to war anymore. It's going to get to the point where you are so protected. You have an army, a literal army in many other dimensions, times, and spaces that are part of your counsel, that are part of your soul's journey. Other aspects of you, ancestors, guides, animals, birds, dogs, like literally, it's infinite what you have access to. And all of these beings together are going to take you to a level where this is not a part of your reality anymore. It's like the fight is over. The fight is over. Accept that you can lay down your warrior hat, that you can lay down your warrior archetype and shift into the frequency of grace, which means you may just hold a frequency that this earth needs. And that frequency is so needed here that things won't be able to touch you anymore. Stories and traumas and people of such a dark nature, and also people that aren't pure darkness, but that like to live in the darkness, like to swim and, you know, fester there, and they think that that's where it's at. They think that that's part of their purpose, or they attach to that identity of like, I'm the underworld whoever, or I'm the I'm the one that needs to go retrieve souls from I don't know where, like slay demons or whatever it is. Like, that's just not where you are anymore. That's not where we are. That stuff is going to be going on in the planet, but less and less will it have any relevance to what we're doing, to where we are vibrating, to where we are gathering, to how our outlook on day-to-day life will change. Those things won't have an influence on us anymore. It's like we've graduated. We've graduated. Perhaps some of us are at the last few steps. You're like walking up to the podium and you're like, please hand me that piece of paper that says I'm done. Like, I am done with this chapter of life. And yes, this is your confirmation that that's where we are. Many of us are there. And if you feel like you are still in the underworld, this is your confirmation that it's up to you, again, to call on your highest self, the frequency of grace, the planet herself, Gaia Pachamama, and all of the benevolent beings that want to see you in that new octave. It's like they're waiting for you, like that scene. And of course, because I'm in Ireland, of course the Titanic references are going to start to flow. The end of the film Titanic, if you haven't seen it, I'll paint you a little picture. So all of the people that actually die from the Titanic welcome the old woman, that is Rose Dawson, the main character. They welcome her back onto the ship when she finally passes away, when she finally crosses over as an old woman. She comes back to the boat, and all of these faces, all of these people are waiting for her up and down the staircase, that grand room of the ship, the Titanic. And everybody is like waiting for her, like, you've done it, like, you are here, you have crossed over. And there's just this element of like absolute joy and ecstasy, with like just a hint of like water, of like, like we've made it. Like, we've made it. You believe this? Anchor this. Let's anchor it together. I'll share this card. Tiger's Eye. This is actually a beautiful egg shape, and this is from a crystal deck that literally was one of the first decks I was ever a proud owner of, gifted by my beautiful sister, my blood sister. And I just love that it's in the shape of an egg, because as you know, dragons love cacao. We have a thing with eggs and dragon frequencies, and this card has been popping out not only for this particular reading, but for me personally for weeks now. About 2 weeks this card has been jumping out of this deck, and I think it goes beautifully with the sunflower card, because this is a solar plexus stone. This is a stone of our personal power. This is a stone of strength and courage. This is a stone that helps us remember, I am the tiger, I am the jaguar, I am that big cat roaming freely, not attached to other people's drama, not attached to those pain and suffering stories, not attached to this energy. And yeah, what I guess what I would like to ask you is, have you been feeling a call in your belly, like a big cat call? Like it's been a buildup of like wanting to roar, wanting to create, wanting to show up in your power, wanting to be seen, you know, like a lion, like that lion Leo energy of I'm here, I'm visible, you see me, you feel my presence, I'm the king of the jungle, I'm the king of Pride Rock. I've said this before in other readings, that lion energy really carries that, like, I'm here, I ain't going anywhere. You can try to, literally, you can try all you want to take me out, and I come back, I resurrect time and again, because there is always new life after a process of death. Not a literal death, but perhaps a spiritual death, perhaps an ideology death, an ego death, just death of the old, the tired, the outdated, death of the lower aspects of you and I. So there is new life. On the other side of these cycles, we are privileged to step into our power, to feel our power getting stronger and stronger and more activated through our connection, once again, to the sun, to the light. Because the sun represents source, the sun represents the life-giving, frequency, the life-giving ball of fire that matches the ball of fire that we have in our solar plexus. So it is not a mistake that we have a solar body, it's called the sun. We have our own soul, we have our own solar plexus, ball of fire, chakra, energetic point in us. And I wanted to bring in this crystal and just show you, just show you that there's a little tiger's eye encrusted in this beautiful black obsidian. And this is actually usually a necklace that I wear around my high heart. Sometimes it's a little bit higher on the throat, sometimes a little bit lower on the heart chakra. Predominantly, this represents an energy of protection, but also, again, with that lion, with that Sekhmet, with that jaguar, with that tiger energy. It's like, I'm protected, but I also recognize who I am. I give myself the credit for all that I've already done and all that I came here to do, that my soul knows. The purity that I came here with, that even allows me to be the king of the jungle, the queen of the jungle. That allows me to carry that royal frequency, that royal code within. Again, a code that does involve service. This isn't about, I'm the king of the jungle, I'm the queen of the jungle, so fuck no, this is like, I am that, and how's everybody doing? Like, how's everybody in like, straight out of the Lion King, like, how's everybody doing out in Pride Rock? Does everybody have what they need? Like, how can I help? Like, talk to me. Like, I need to be informed about what's going on. The way royalty used to be, the way leadership used to be when it was heart-centered. Yeah, the way it used to be when kings and queens were, they were in deep, deep service, not only to humanity, but also to the planet, to all, to the all, to source. So again, just reminding you of, and these little kind of look like little rays of the sun, you know, this, I think it's copper or something. Remember who you are, remember where you came from, spend more time connecting, listening, feeling, asking your solar plexus to connect to the sun and the suns that are relevant for you. The suns of the higher planes that will, again, help you anchor into the timeline that is needed right now. The timeline that you're calling in. The timeline of triumph, the timeline of service, the timeline of joy and co-creation and just beautiful harmony, beautiful abundance, all of these things. On that note, since we've been talking about leadership, we've been talking about, you know, we're going to be stepping into a more supported time and a more elevated space, frequency. That means there's going to be new things asked of you, perhaps even a lot more in the throat and having to do with your voice, having to do with frequency, vibration, sound healing, truth, authenticity, all the things that come out of our throat chakra. The truth is that we can't be around people anymore. We really cannot be spending time with people that have negative talk, that literally spew venom and poison, like poisonous words that really, if you are sensitive, if you are moving into new earth, if you are working with plant medicines, if you are getting yourself to a frequency that, you know, is higher and higher, truly you're moving with the ascension process organically with Gaia, with all of humanity that is choosing this path, you can no longer be in circles and have people close to you that literally with their mouth are poisoning you, are cursing you, are poisoning your path, are cursing your dreams. And yeah, and it comes from a very, very deep and ancient wound on this planet. There's energies of jealousy, there's energies of envy, coveting, just like terrorizing for the sake of making themselves feel better, right? Like breaking things and breaking people down in order so that they could feel higher than they actually are, because they're not actually doing the work that would elevate them organically in frequency, in their storyline, in their healing process, in their gifts. No, instead, they are poisoning through the mouth. So if you can see this card from this beautiful solar deck, and I'm going to include this link in the description. It's from a beautiful sister that has a very profound, subtly profound solar codes, and very, very much in the energy of Africa in her oracle deck. What's the name of it? The Lioness Light Oracle deck. So this card is called Open Your Mouth. Opening the mouth. Open your mouth. Opening the mouth. And it is a Ptah from ancient Egypt. So this is an Egyptian god. This was an Egyptian rite, a sacred ritual. Although in the book she describes what it is about, I am not going to elaborate on the description from the book. What I really just want you to feel and connect with is this energy of, it's time to open your mouth. It's time to speak the truth. It's time to make certain decisions and stand in your power when others again are spitting the venom, are cursing the planet, are cursing humanity. Because I believe that most of us at some point probably have been a little bit disappointed in the progression of humanity. Like, things are not moving fast enough, like people are making these wrong decisions. Like, how and why are these people making these choices that then, you know, they're affecting us, and this, like, this earth timeline is just, it's just going to hell. We've all probably had those thoughts, or maybe vibrated in that frequency for a time. But what I'm telling you is that frequency no longer serves us, no longer serves the ascension process of humanity, to talk so badly about your brothers and sisters, to talk so badly about the situation here. It's not going to solve anything. You have to actually vibrate in a frequency of wanting to act or live or embody something that is so pure and so true and so authentic that it ripples out. You living a life that is beautiful, integral, that you treat people in your life, you know, with so much love and gratitude, and, you know, you're giving, and you, like, you love, like, you vibrate in that frequency, like this beautiful blanket of, like, the high heart, that pink, that, like, oh, that just, like, heart frequency. You vibrate in that, and more of us vibrate in that, and more of us speak up when others are poisoning the well, you could say. Even, I know that is an expression that again, it has to do with this energy of, like, talking badly about people all the time, really souring the moment, souring what should be, like, the time of our life right now, which should be the epoch where we get to wake up every day and be like, we are fucking bringing in new earth. Like, we are doing it. We are doing it with our meditations, with our cacao connections and ceremonies, with with the time that we spend in nature, with the people that we love and we cook for and we travel with and, you know, gather with. This is the frequency. This is the truth. That frequency trumps. It really does trump that lower, obsessive poisoning of the well, poisoning of others. Remember, words can really be like swords, like weapons, right? So do you want your words to be weapons? Do you want your words to be like music, like frequency, like healing, you know, healing tones and soothing and inspiring, you know? Some things that come to my mind right now when I think about the frequencies of, you know, these beings that are poisoning you, trying to bring you down in frequency, trying to pull you to where they are, trying to be higher than you, trying to dominate you, even confuse you about your timeline, about your gifts, about who you are. A lot of these humans are infiltrated right now. They are, unfortunately, a lot of them are far gone, and the battle for their soul is real. The battle for our soul is already won. That's why at the beginning of this reading I said, put down your warrior hat. The battle is already won. What will you do? What would you do if you were a king or a knight, a warrior that fought their last battle and then had the rest of their life in a beautiful realm, in a beautiful kingdom, to live out their days? What would you do with the time that you had because this is exactly where we are. This is where our focus needs to be. This is where we need to act. Okay? I hope that is landing in the ways that I am intending it to. Yeah, I'm not criticizing those of us that either are still vibrating in that frequency of, oh, humanity, oh, this planet, I'm not criticizing it. I'm saying step it up. And it's not me saying it. It's you that came here to hear a message, and that's the message that your soul wanted to hear. Step it up. Get into alignment. Find the light within. Remember the light within. The light within your soul, the light within your being, in your chakras. That's what we need to do. I'll share this card called Angel of Rosalind. Behold the mystery. And what I love about this card is that it's carrying a lot of like purple energy, and this tiger's eye card also has the same purple, and there is an energy with this royal purple crown chakra card that, again, higher frequencies are seeking you. Higher frequencies are coming down into the planet through our sun and through the masters that carry the frequency of, for example, of the violet flame, of this frequency of purple, of this frequency of grace. It's like in some cultures they talk about it being the chakra that contains all other chakras. You know, we say it's the seventh chakra, but it's like all of the chakras. Again, it's that I've graduated, I've up-leveled to a point where, bliss. They call it bliss, they call it peace, they call it samadhi. You know, it's a little bit of that energy. And then I will say that I feel like sharing the message from the card itself, which carries the energy of some things are meant to be kept. Some things are so sacred that right now they're not for everyone. So even with this angelic energy, this angelic being, you know, the angels are actually, and the higher beautiful ascended masters and teachers and dragons and your ancestors, these are people. These are the beings that right now should be hearing your dreams, hearing the things that you want to manifest, the dreams that you have to bring into fruition in this lifetime. Everybody else right now most likely should not be privy to that information. Again, it could be used against you. Again, if you speak it just like that and you think that that's going to manifest it, again, remember there's lots of beings right now poisoning the well, trying to change the tide for you. They want you to revert, they want you to regress. You know, so if you're telling your dreams, again, there's a lot of energy of I want to confuse this person. I want to make them think that this is not their path. I want them to not believe in themselves. I want them to, again, think that they're not good enough and that they don't have the right information and they're not pure enough and they're not spiritual enough and all of those things. And again, has nothing to do with you, has nothing to do with me. It's part of the energy, that cycle of time that we are saying goodbye to. And to say goodbye to that energy, we have to discern who we share things with and what we share. Don't share everything. And I'm really getting the strong message of do not share your dreams. You know, keep them close to you, keep them sacred, work on them, work towards them. Just don't tell humans right now. other beings. Don't tell them what you're doing. Work, bring it here. Connect with the sun. Tell the sun to help you manifest it. And feed that dream that way. Feed that dream with the stream, the ray, that purple, that ray of bliss, that ray of peace, that ray of samadhi, the ray of like a master, Again, that seventh chakra really does carry this energy of like mastery. And then being so in your frequency that whatever you touch becomes gold, like this golden chalice here. So right now, the chalice is a little bit out of reach, but like I said, take the steps, start working towards it. We've gotten out of the darkest cycle. Yeah. Okay. The last card from the Oracle spread is called River Stones. River Stones. And what I love about this card is that there is a river connection. And if you haven't seen on Instagram, I now have a new name, a new frequency that I have shifted into just as I was making my way to Ireland a couple of days ago. And the name and the frequency that I'm holding is the Silver River of Grace. So with this card, River Stones, I'm here to remind you that the stones in the river, no matter how big, no matter how small, they're sacred, they're full of codes, they're full of light, and they were once a part of an ancient mountain being, and through time they have tumbled and crumbled and multiplied and become, from a mountain boulder, let's say, that fell over, perhaps they've become many, many, many stones now. Many smooth stones in the river, smoothed over and really just spread out, because if one boulder tumbled into the river and became 100 stones throughout time, then that's how many stones have the potential for us to connect with the wisdom, the majesty, the encoding that boulder that was once the mountain has. So this is a card about wisdom. This is a card about knowing that wherever we go, however we choose to connect with the stones of this planet, the waters of this planet, the mountains, all of the elements, however we choose to connect with them, remember that there is source frequency in every bit of nature. So come back to it. Remember it. Connect deeper. Go out of your way to make your way to a body of water, a river, a lake, somewhere where there will be stones, water stones, river stones, that's the message that's coming through for that card. And I'm going to close the energy with one dragon pool. Hopefully it's only one. Tune into your heart. Maybe just take a deep breath and call in. All right. Dragon of Transformation. Dragon of Transformation. This is the butterfly dragon. This is the dragon that has this beautiful green energy, like this emerald isle, emerald heart, emerald ray frequency. It's about transforming with the dragons through your heart space. It's about transforming with the dragons through the heart beat, the heart frequency, the heart intuition, the heart's knowing of what you came here to do, your purpose. To transform into the butterfly, right? The butterfly has its stages, it's in the cocoon, then it becomes like the worm, then it becomes the butterfly. So you are already, like I said, in the elevated stage. You've already emerged as the butterfly. You've already emerged as the butterfly. You just have to fucking believe it now. Believe it, and don't go to other people for validation to tell you that you're the butterfly. Not even me saying right here, right now that you're the butterfly should trump the fact that you know that you have transformed into the butterfly. Trust yourself, trust your heart. Go back to your heart time and time again when things don't feel right, when things don't feel light enough. When things start to get dark and heavy, go back to your heart center, because this space knows you. It knows you. It's a portal. It's a portal to remind you of who you are and why you came here. I'm going to end this beautiful reading there. Know that you can connect with me on Instagram at Silver River of Grace. And you can book a reading one-on-one with me, private cacao and oracle sessions that are always transformative, healing activations, and will help you align with your inner knowing. This isn't about me telling you who you are. This is about you remembering who you are. That's what the Cacao and Oracle private sessions are about. I am sending you so much love from Ireland. More to come, more to come, more to come. And I didn't mention that all of the bookings can be made on www.dragonslovecacao.com, but that's where they can be made. Sending you tiger's eye frequencies. I love you, I love you, I love you. And welcome to the next octave of your life. I'm excited to be here. Throat stuff happening and all. Heart stuff, grief, shedding, the serpent, the dragons, like all of it, all in all, I'm fucking so happy to be here because we are moving into new earth.